Hello. Hi there. How are you? Good morning. Let's build it together today. I really was missing you. Today, we will work in this area, okay? And we have this new building that is very beautiful in my opinion. It's for modern Japan. This is the new sorry. This is the new avenue in Burlington. Is the service station and restaurant. And another thing that I want to tell you there, before we start expand here, make more residential area in this new avenue, I want to share a tip with you. Do you remember how many death balloons we was having in the Central Park? So, I got a new information about cities skylines. I got for myself observing because I realized that we was needing many cemeteries and the crematoriums are very expensive. So I say, oh my god, I'm putting cemeteries in in five different areas, but we still with many people dying. Of course that the way that I build the Central Park is not a good way, and I know this. I know that is my fault because in the Central Park we have many noise pollution, and probably I will need change some things and don't put the building so closer. One moment. Okay. And I try don't put the building so closer. Um, but I was observing, and my tip is about the cemeteries. Let me take one as an example. So I hope that you can see. Our budget in the health system was like 70%. And we had 5 hearses. I don't know how pronunciate correct the cars for the cemeteries. We had each cemeteries 5 hearses, and but just one in use. Sometimes 2, but the most just 1. So when you have 5, all the cars will be used just when you is empty the building. If you is not emptying the building, so will be just 1. But if you put your health system in the budget for 100%, some cemeteries will use 2 cars. Here is not happening, and this that I am looking, but in another areas, yes. So basically, I think they have like a proportion. If you have 10 horses or 12 like now, so 1 or 2 cars will be used, and the other is just when you are emptying. But in resume, because I was questioning myself why have 5 cars and just 1 was in use for each building. But in resume, I really suggest you put a lot of money in the health system, because this will make, when I just put for 100%, like all the city had an upgrade. Residential areas getting out the level 3, going to level 4, and getting out to level 4 and going to level 5. And so we need to put the maximum money as possible in the health system. There is not, because our traffic flow is a lot better now. Had the time that the death rate was for a traffic reason, but now is for a noise pollution reason. But this is a lot better. We still have, but no, we are not having the red balloon anymore. We have just the orange and the maximum. And but it's not the traffic. How you can see, the traffic here on Central Park is really good. It's just because many people are dying here. Like the velocity that they are dying. We need to change this. We need to put some trees between these buildings, because the noise pollution is really big. So, but it's not my goal today. My goal is we make more money with the new residential area. Are you feeling any difference in my voice today? because I am trying to talk to you with both headphones in my ears. Because after I bought this new headset, this is so good that if I put both in my ears, I be like in another dimension, and I even cannot hear me well. But I wanna try speak with both headphone with the both things in my ears. Usually I use just in the left side. So I will keep expanding. But if you have any question for Cities Skylines or personal, just let me know, okay? I have one for you. Like, you just wake or you go sleep yet? How is your sleep schedule, dear? Why not? No, because you wanna be with me, or because you just want try sleep at the night again. Like organize your sleep schedule or reorganized. Ah, I understand. So let's be together today? Yes, dear. In spirituality, they teach us we sleep just when we are very tired. Because when we go to the bed and we are not so tired, we just start think about things, random things, and these thoughts just be harder to you take the sleep. And these thoughts is like usually is not good to you. So in spirituality, they teach us you sleep just when you are very tired and you wake naturally. And when you wake, you don't be so much in the bed. Like if you are thinking about your day, it's fine. But it's more for you avoid like random thoughts or when you wake or when you is going to the bed before you sleep. Ah, I am receiving a friend request. Very interesting. I can see this after the transmission. So there I am with a little doubt here because I want to make a bike path, but for I make this, I think that I need to rebuild all this avenue, putting a little more to the left, like just some blocks to the left. And I am talking to you and at the same time thinking for do something like we have in Greenwich Park. We have a bike path there and the residence, like the bike path beside the avenue. So I'm thinking, I think that I would have a question to you and try remind. This is not a question, it's a new. Monday, the worker for the store that I bought the wardrobe scheduled time to me. He arrived 2 hours after. I be 2 hours waiting for him. He scheduled 2 p.m. and he arrived 4 p.m. and he left just 6 p.m. But he built my wardrobe. So I'm looking for it now in my bedroom. It is so beautiful. The mirror is in a really good quality. Probably the mirror for you is the same, but I'm very observed and I love mirrors, so I can see the difference between the mirrors. Have mirrors that have more quality. You can see more details in your face when you are looking yourself, when I am making myself, putting my beautiful makeup. And this mirror is really good. It's even better than what I have in my mother's house. I am so happy for have a wardrobe again. And plus with a mirror. Because my old wardrobe didn't have a mirror. Was separate. So finally I have a place to put my Madonna CDs again, my studies, my books, my papers, my underwears, because I have 3 places. I don't know the name, but the places in the middle. So this is very beautiful. I am looking for it now. I really thinking and remake all this, so I will do this now. I hope that you are happy for me too. And dear, tell me your birthday and the Discord. I wanna give you happy birthday, okay? Or maybe this just already happened. Oh my God. I am receiving a message saying that my internet is not enough to the transmission. So if something happened, I'm sorry. I just had one idea. I don't need to remake everything. I can just start here. Will not be a problem. And you, dear, you have any new to tell me? About your weekend, or about your cats? About your kickboxing? No? Oh, I just would like to know more about you. And this space between, I will put trees and some decorations. I wanna know if you had a good weekend. I wanna know how often you practice kickboxing. If it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, just in the weekend. Honestly, I would like see you um, practicing kickboxing. I had a boyfriend in 2012. He was for the South. We met on Facebook. Um, I want to stop to tell you. And he was for the South, for Rio Grande do Sul, the last state in Brazil, making border with Argentina and Uruguay. And for him, I was planning myself move to the south to live with him. In 2012, I was in my university and working in the lab. Remember that I told you? The lab that had the cats. So, um, he was not possible we be together for his family because his mother was very Protestant about religion, and we had a problem about it, and he suffered an accident later. Was a long story. Um, so he was just a little older than me, like just 2 years, I think. And he did Muay Thai. I think that 3 days a week too. Do you know Muay Thai, right? Yes. And he sent me a video on the gym. Was a very simple gym because he he was a very simple man, and sometimes he said that this could be a problem because he said that he was very poor man with no graduation, with no university, with a very simple job. But I always told him that this was not a problem to me. I like simple men. So just a little, yes, here. So yes, he practiced Muay Thai, and I love the video that he sent me. So sometimes I just imagine you making kickboxing, make me curious. I would like to see this. And I think that it make me think of him too, and this is good. Because I still have a beautiful feeling for him. Exactly, I cannot. No, I can, because this is the point. This is th this is funny because I don't know how you looks like, but I imagine I have a image in my mind of you, and probably you is not like I imagine. This is completely normal. For example, um, can you call me crazy? But I am not. I try make an image of you in my mind for your personality. Like I think that you are taller than me, as you told me. I think that you are natural big, and I just have an image of you in my head. But how I say, probably you is not like I imagine, but I imagine you as I imagine Matthew, as I imagine High Champion, as I imagine Jimbo. Everybody you, I have an image in my mind, but I know that probably all you are different, but I have an image, understand? Not just how you looks like physically, but your way, like your way to talk, your way to act. I think, for example, I think that you are kind. This type of things. It's impossible, I don't imagine. But yes, for example, when you speak with me for the first time, before you see my video goes down, remember? Probably you imagine me, and after you saw me, it was like not how you imagine. This happened with you? I understand. Maybe this is part of my personality, right? I imagine everybody. um, Everybody that is more special as these persons that I told you. No, every single people. I think that I have a big imagination. Alejandro, did you see the baseball stadium in Burlington? No, do you wanna see? Okay, let's go in the streets, okay? So we can observe the traffic flow too. This is for campus, DLC, and I was thinking that I could put just after I make the university buildings and afterward unlock the the baseball stadium, but not. It's just already to you the sports arena and on campus icon. So I think that I choose a good place. Hola! Thank you, dear. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Is one of the only things that I can say in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás contente? Alejandro, Madonna have a song and all in Spanish. Is a song for 1995 called Verás. Is a song in English but have a version in Spanish. So one day I wanna sing to you. Yes, Joe, me and Alejandro, we are having a good time. I love this view. Alejandro, um, this remind me a lot Fortaleza, my city. When we are in a district closer the beach is exactly like this. Have some streets that we have a lot big buildings and we can see the ocean. It's beautiful. is exactly like this. So how you can see our traffic flow is good. And we are arriving. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let me show you the baseball stadium first, okay? Is here. Baseball park. I did this in the front. Look the peoples. I think that I did in a perfect place because we have a bus terminal and metro station here. Even for tourists, because how you remember this building, we have the intercity bus. So the tourists just arrive here to watch the game and will not cause a traffic flow with vans inside the city. Like we have in the stadium for football. We have a big traffic flow there for the stadium. But here we don't have this problem. So I hope that you like. I hope that you think that I choose a good place. And we won the first game against we cannot see against was, but the next one is versus Verburg Spartans. Yes, me too. I think that was bigger, but I thought that was bigger. But honestly, I like being more simple because in Burlington, in Vermont, on USA, we have a baseball team for minor league and it called Lake Monsters. So minor league is like in USA you have the Major League Baseball, that is the principal that have New York Yankees, Los Angeles Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, and we have the minor league that is like for um, like younger players, understand? It's like one step below to they go to the major league baseball. So for minor league, the stadium in Burlington looks like this. So I liked for this reason. So, my dear, what is your question? Just for you know, we can make a lot of money with the baseball park. Mm. Thank you for the question. I love when you make me questions like this. Let me back for where we was and I will answer, okay? I'm thinking in some examples of movie to tell you. So, my first, I wanna tell you my favorite movie ever. I watched this in the cinema in 2012. The director for this movie is Madonna, but it's not just because she is the director, it's because it's a very beautiful story and is based in a real story for Edward in England. Edward and Wally Simpsons. The name of the movie called W.E. So W.E.O. just we. That is W for Wallace and E for Edward. So the name of the movie is W.E. The Romance of the Century. This is my favorite movie ever. The second is The Bodyguard. It's not a movie for your generation. I watched this movie for the first time when I was a kid, probably in 1994. It's a movie with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. I think I have the DVD. I think that Kevin Costner was my first passion in this life, and it still is. Even he very old today, was the first time that I fell in love, and I had just 5 years old. But when I saw him, I felt a big connection. So The Bodyguard is the second. And beside these movies have one another because it's very me. The character is really looks like me, physically, personality. Is a French movie that a friend suggested to me. He just say, Igor, I just watched a movie that I think that was you all the time. The name in Portuguese is O Fabuloso Destino de Amélie Poulain. And I have the DVD too. I think that the English is the Fabulous Destiny for Amélie Poulain. this is my favorite movies. Beside these movies, I have a favorite genre of movie that is historic movies. But before I continue there, confirm that you are there, okay? I think that you get out to see something, or you have an internet problem. So just confirm that you heard everything and I can continue. Okay. Are you liking my answer? Are you understanding what movies is it? Okay. So besides this three that I told you, I love movies that cause me inspiration. Usually movies that is based in a real story, like movies like Lincoln for the USA history, movies like Heart of the Ocean with the actor that make Thor on Marvel movies, but I don't remember his name. So basically movies that like historical movies that is not fiction. I love this type of movies. And I like documentaries. So this is my favorites. Have one movie with Tom Hanks that is amazing. I just forgot is one of my favorites. This called Cold. No. Cold Atlas, I think. Cloud Atlas is because in Portuguese is another name. All the movies that came to USA, here we have another name. Like Cloud Atlas in Brazil was just The Travel. Understand? Maybe this happened in Argentina too. And beside these movies, I really like the Batman movies and the W7 movies. So I love James Bond and in a real story, James Bond born in Scotland. I forgot another movie, Braveheart, that is about Scotland. But I did not say because Braveheart is inside these movies that I told you about historical movies. Is with Mel Gibson. I have the DVD too, telling the story for William Wallace. He is a hero in Scotland history. So the Batman movies with Christian Bale, I love. Like Batman Begins, Batman Dark Knight, and Batman Dark Knight Rises. And the W7. I love Daniel Craig. In my opinion, he is the man more beautiful in the world. If you don't know who is Daniel Craig, he is the W7. I love Skyfall. So, you love Dark Knight? Ah, beautiful. It's a great movie, right? And have the Joker. Um, I love the last one with Kristen Bale because have the Catwoman. And some people say that I looks a little like Anne Hathaway, like my eyes. Sometimes people told, 2 or 3 people told this for me. Ah, your eyes just look like, and your smile just look like Anne Hathaway. I say, okay, thank you. um, I love Anne Hathaway. I love this actress, and she did Catwoman. So probably Catwoman is my favorite character in the world about female characters. And I really love the Dark Knight Rises. I have the DVD for just the Dark Knight, the what have the Joker that you like. Um, I would say another thing to you. Let me try remember. Ah, and movies that I doesn't like. Action movies that don't make any sense. That you know why begin, why began, and how finish. For example, when I was a kid, I loved movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love movies like this. But just when I was a kid, because today, like you could say that W7 is a little like this, but for me have something special, understand? Because one thing or not, the writer that I just forgot his name now, um, he he wrote the stories for James Bond based in his missions in real life because he was for the army for United Kingdom or not the army but for the ships, how say the army, but it's not for planes or it's not in the earth, it's in the ocean. You understand, right? The navy, I think. So, but like action movies, superhero movies, like the Marvel movies, is just a lot of movies just for defeat something and save the world. It's all the same story. I don't like movies like this. Just if I'm very boring and not doing anything, to I watch movies like this. What I like in Batman is because no is a superhero for you save the world with superpowers. He's a human, and what I like him is because it's very real. Is what he need defeat is not a monster or an alien like Superman or Captain America, but he need defeat the criminals and the corruption and the system. So I love him because make me feel I love the games on PlayStation 3 like Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origin. Exactly, dear. I'm so happy for we have the same opinion. It's fine if you disagree, but it's amazing if we have the same energy. So for me, everything is so real. Um, it is something, it is someone that can give you inspiration. So when I am watching Batman movies, I can take honesty, I can I can take things for my life, like I never will kill someone, as he told before he become Batman. He told for Alfred. I don't know if you is watching the series on Netflix, Gotham. The series is very interesting. I watched 3 seasons. I still planning myself to watch season 4. And the principal character in Gotham is not Bruce Wayne exactly. No in this first seasons, but it's Jim Gordon. And we see he working, he defeating the corruption. It's very interesting because it's like before Batman, understand? But no giving you a spoiler. The last episode for the season 3, that was the last that I watched. I He really is like becoming Batman. And I think that this will happen because the kid is growing. The actor, like he is really being big now, like teenage, and after he will be adult. And I think that the series will keep going. It's a really good series. Originally, Batman is for Warner Brothers, but this series is Fox they are making. You know, I don't like Fox. The channel is very like Trump channel, but the Fox for movies and for the series is really good. Have gay kisses, so it's not like the channel. And in this series, just for finish, and Gotham, I fall in love again. No for Jim Gordon, that I think that I would fall in love because he's blonde and blue eyes and very strong and masculine. But in this series, I have a huge love for Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin, because he is so strange and freaky. I just love. I think that you should watch. It's very funny. It's an amazing series. It's very realistic. Um, and yes, I think that it is all. It's all. And I think that I like Oswald because I have some attraction for criminals. But in a good way, okay? And dear, can I make the same question for you? I would like to hear you like about everything that I told you, but I would like to hear you a little about what you like in the same area, like about movies, the same things. Yes. Ah, I like too. But these are include the real movies that I told you, based in real stories. For example, Braveheart is a kind of war movie between England and Scotland. I have a movie about war that is my favorite. It called um, Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck. Is a lot. Oh no, I confused with Armageddon. Yes, Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck is a really good movie. Mm-hmm. I understand. Like, wars for the future, right? Yes, I understand. Did you watch Pearl Harbor? Is about the second war, basically between USA and Japan. Japan attacked base force in Hawaii in USA. It's a movie for 90s. I think that you should watch. Exactly. My dear is so smart. And this movie have a beautiful song, a soundtrack. Yes, this is why I like you. I understand, but it's a good movie. Trust in me, it's a good movie. Sometimes I think that in your last life, in your last incarnation, you was a soldier on the Second War. For this reason, you loved it so much. It's very possible, because usually we need 50 years to prepare our next incarnation. So if you die on 60s, on last time, for example, makes sense. Do you know that it's possible you find out? Let me take it off my glasses 1 second. I told you that it's possible you find out your last life. This is very serious, okay? Don't take this information as a joke or because it's funny. This is very serious. Um, Usually a specialized doctor for mind or psychologist with a specialization can make this, and they are able to make this. A science is not like a illegal thing. No, they can make this in as part of their profession. Yes, the process called regression. They put you to sleep and they make you. Do you know hypnosis, right? This is not hypnosis. I'm just talking about hypnosis for you think that our mind have many secrets, have many areas that is not accessed when we are awake, have many areas in our inconscient that we cannot have access when we are awake. Honestly, 9% for our brain is like inconscience. Um, this is very serious. I am not passing to you crazy informations or conspiracy informations or YouTube videos informations. No, it's nothing this, okay? I never would make this. I am talking about science. I am talking about spirituality. I am talking about reincarnation. And the doctor make you, or the psychologist make you sleep and access your parts of your brain that was about not this life. And you can ask me how, if this is physically, is because when we pass between the bodies, when we have our reincarnation. So what means reincarnation? You backing have meat, right? Skin, a body, a material body, a physical body. So your soul keep with you, and if your soul keep with you, your conscience keep with you. So you access your conscience and you just start talk with the psychologist and he record to you hear later. So you can find out informations about the another lives, for example, how you die, you participate for a war, you have a big sick, what happened with you? You was a murderer, because we have many traumas in this current life that maybe is not for this life, is for the other one. So this is part for a therapy. Understand? I prefer stop here about this issue because it's very serious. But I just want to tell you that it's possible if one day you wanna find who you was, okay? And this will be good to you for you understand better your love for Germany, for example. And please don't take informations about it on internet. Books are trusty. Internet? No. Can be trusted too, but not so much like books. Are you still there? Good. Did you like this that I told you? This possibility? There This area just looks like for we put a unique building. Did you agree? Like it's a beautiful big area. We have a elder care, some schools. But what do you think that we can make here? Let's give a look. We have the city hall, but I don't think that combine here. Have the modern Japan. A museum. Very expensive. Ah, the aquarium. Your zodiac. Ah, very interesting. A science center. Let's just test. It's very big. We could put here, for example, in the future. Ah, it's perfect because almost don't cause noise pollution. It's perfect here. But I will not make because we are on negative and finances, and I think that we should keep expanding the residential areas because our green bar is very big. Okay, did you go sleep or you will be awake? Sorry, do you go sleep or you will be awake? Okay, dear, take care. Okay, try relax, even if you don't go sleep, but try relax, for you don't be awake like 20 hours in sequence. If you go have breakfast now, have a good breakfast, have a good day. Thank you for coming today. Again, I was missing you. I really loved this transmission. I think that was one of my favorite ever, and maybe my favorite with you. So I see you next time, and I loved the moment. Thank you very much. Bye, dear. finishing the transmission in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Thank you for watch. I see you next time.